me? Yeah. Can everybody hear me? Hello. I'm very happy to be here. Good afternoon. I hope you had a very wonderful lunch. My name is Stella Kalapotli. I am the Marketing and Business Development Director of Fotolio and Typicon SA. Fotolio and Typicon is a printing house in Greece. Our area of activities covers offset printing, digital printing, and recently we have gone into packaging and more specifically folding cartons. We have, as far as digital printing is concerned, we have two HP Indigo machines, the 5600 and the HP Indigo 10,000. The latter is the only one in Greece, and as far as I know so far, is the only one in Europe so far. We consider ourselves a vertically integrated printing house since most of the activities that are involved in printing are done in-house. But before I go on to speak to you about the opportunities with digital printing, let me tell you first a few things about myself. My career in the printing industry started at 3Print. I was then appointed the Marketing and Business Development Director of 3Print, which is the exclusive dealer and distributor of the HP Indigo technology in the area. Up to that time, my experience with printing was very basic and very elementary. For me, printing was taking a file and producing it into a kind of paper in an X quantity. I will be very honest with you to tell you that I wasn't thinking of it as something creative, but rather boring and repetitive. Of course, I didn't have a clue. What I clearly remember from my first day at work, apart from that it lasted like 12 hours as opposed to the 8-hour shift, is what my manager back then told me. Once you go into the printing industry, you never get out. It's like ink on skin. I remember myself thinking, what is he talking about? Am I going to be in the printing industry from the rest of my life? It sounded like a death sentence to me. I was thinking, okay, this is it. But I can assure you now, 6 years later, that I'm still on the printing industry, that not only wasn't it a death sentence, but it was the breath of life for a magnificent journey. A magnificent journey of opportunities in marketing, a magnificent opportunity for me to to do my capabilities in marketing, both personally and career-wise. I believe that the digital printing environment is an environment where the ethos and creativity and technology innovation can be put into action. As the Marketing and Business Development Director of Fotolio and Typicon right now, I am mostly in charge of spreading the word of the possibilities and activities of the brand and the technologies it incorporates. That involves account development, media integration, development of new applications, especially in digital printing, and transforming them into projects. Especially the last one is the most intriguing and the most fascinating, as I find myself constantly into discovering new ways of creating unique products for our customers and our customers' customers. It is, you see, digital technology, and for us, HP Indigo technology, is a technology full of possibilities. It is a whole world of endless applications ready to be transformed into unique products and projects. And it is a world that constantly reinvents itself and provides new ways of covering both existing and emerging needs. Personally, I find myself constantly in a state of awe, feeling like a child in an amusement park, excited to share all the advantages and advances with our customers, and seeing them, performing them, and realizing them into unique products. Even though the financial situation in Greece is not very good at the moment, as you probably know, With digital technology combined with the other advances in offset printing, packaging, and the other technologies we have in our in-house, we have found ways to deal with the challenging environment we work and live in. We are constantly exploring ways of guiding our customers to add value to their brands. Because printing is not only about a product, it is about a service provided and an idea. It is about creating competitive advantage, bringing to life ideas that create an emotional bondage and carved in the consumer's mind long term. I have brought with me only a handful of products to show to you, because the quantity of them is really big, given the opportunities that we are given, and given what we do every day in our printing house. To begin with, I will show you a small catalog. This is a cocktail list. It is produced for one of our customers, Unlimited Creativity, which is an advertising agency. It may be small, but it incorporates a lot of challenges. Small quantity, only 200, special paper with a thick and absorbing texture, UV, and on top of everything, a white logo. Those of you in the printing industry for many years can understand that some of these challenges would not have been able to be dealt with some years ago, let alone all of them combined. But you can see for yourself the magnificent outcome produced. You can see how such a small product is elevated to something unique to match the brand campaign and the brand aspirations. And it is the outcome that I will stand to, because digital technology has been accused sometimes of not having the best quality compared to offset printing. This will lead me to this limited edition catalog. It is produced for a company called the Vejoglu, which has line products. As you can see, it is B2, which is 50 by 70, and it's bound with a special kind of thread binding, an old-fashioned thread binding, and it brings together all the posters. If you go through the pages of this catalog, you forget that it is about line products. You think that this is the work of an artist or a photographer, and these are photo posters that are gathered together. It almost makes you want to tear some of them and decorate your walls. Wouldn't you buy from this company? I know I would if I was given this catalog. I would walk into the store the next day. Wouldn't that make your customer happy? Wouldn't that create more leads? Just from something as simple as a poster. And it is unique posters, the next one that I'm going to talk about. It is about a project called In-Project Exhibition that happened this year in Athens. The project involved different designers choosing cinema movies to create a poster for. One movie per designer, one designer per poster. You can see the Toy Story, you can see the Planet of the Apes, and so on and so forth. One movie per designer and one designer per poster. The ordinary is meeting the extraordinary. Produced in a small number, I can only imagine how impossible this could be a few years ago and what we should have done in order to succeed to produce it. But digital technology is the technology that gives us these opportunities to create things that can be accessible and can become extraordinary. And impossible is nothing, as a famous shoe brand says, and as all TEDx speakers assure us. I think most of you have heard of TEDx. Well, the designing office, designing agency that was appointed to produce a bag for TEDx in 2015 in Athens, came to us with a challenge. to produce a bag of such a material that could hold all the items that were given as giveaways in the decks, and believe me, there were quite a lot and quite heavy, and B, of a special material. The material chosen for this purpose is Tyvek. It is a material invented by DuPont, and it has the qualities of paper. And the printing was done digitally. You see, digital technology shatters all the myths about what you can and cannot print, about what you can and cannot do. It creates unique products, and full printing here can be also seen in this wallet, which is again from Tyvek, and it's full printing and it's one single B2 sheet. Beautiful and with an endurance against time and weather conditions. Combined with applications at hand, reading products are no longer something to use and throw away. For example, these covers of this magazine were done with an application called HP Mosaic. They were combined with offset printing for the body, and there was such a success that we had to reprint. The readers of the magazine were informed in an introductory letter that every piece that they held in their hands was unique, so they kept it as something very personal. The editor-in-chief was calling us and telling us that he kept receiving requests for more, and even before the reprint ended, we started creating the new one for some later issue with a different pattern. You can see that the success of these activities is instant, but the results you can gain and the value you provide is long-term. For example, I'm sure that these posters we created again with the same application, that is HP Mosaic, for our company's open house, and were created with the photos taken the very same day. They now decorate a lot of walls. Is this technology to be priced? No, because the value is priceless. And I could go on and on with applications that printing companies can both gain and provide, and I could go on with advantages that you can gain with personalization and variable data printing, creating unique products that can be there to keep and to hold, but unfortunately my time is limited. As I said, the advances and the advantages you can gain are like a sky full of stars, limitless and there for us to discover. I will leave you with a video. Thank you very much for your time.
Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light up the path. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
Thank you very much.